Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for coming to Enlightened World Network. Dr. Ruth Anderson here. I wanted to, first of all, say thank you for being with us. Now, this is an after event for folks that participated in Teri's 7-generation clearing and healing this week. We had 7 events, Monday through Sunday. And for those of you that stayed and participated in several of them, I think we all found that it was magnified. The results were magnified. And at different times, we were working on the mother line of ancestry, and other times we were working on the paternal line. And other times we were working on things that seemingly were just sort of a little out of left field, which of course they weren't out of left field. But I wanted to start by sharing an experience that I had on Tuesday. And that's actually what prompted our doing this after the event. I did the first class on Monday, which to me really felt quite profound. I really felt my father, who had passed away 2 years ago now, and it immediately brought tears. It was such a beautiful thank you that I got to experience him. The next morning, I woke up and went into meditation, and I was immediately spinning in energy, which is not what meditation for me is normally like. And I sort of sat back and I said, okay, Archangel Michael, what is this? And I experienced the same archangels that Teri was starting the class with. And there was this swirling of energy, and there's the white light and the red light and the lavender. And I thought, I'm still in that, which was fascinating to me. And I'm putting y'all on gallery. It was fascinating to me because I thought it was over, but yet here I was in the middle of it. And Archangel Michael was right in front of me, and he had his sword. And then I realized that there was this energy off to my left. And I was hearing it, and it was saying things to me like, you are our clansman. What are you doing? You don't want to do this. And I thought, okay, I thought all of that was cleared, but apparently it wasn't. And Archangel Michael said, are you sure you want to do this? Because apparently I was holding on to this, something on my father's line. And I said, well, gosh, I'm their clansman. I don't know that I really want to give all that up. And I thought, well, I don't really want the cords being corded into me. I need to let that go. And I thought, well, maybe I would just like a medallion with my family's tartan fabric on it. It was the Morrison tartan. And I thought, that's what I want. I just want this medallion to remind me of my father's line. And so, I got this little medallion thing, and Archangel Michael cut the cord. Well, when he did that, the energy that was coming toward me that had been corded to me shriveled up and like skittered off in that direction. And I thought, I don't think I want any of that energy connected to me still. And so I said, okay, I don't really want this tartan medallion, so I'm going to give that up as well. But I did want a little picture of my father that I could wear on my chest. I thought, okay, that's good. The next day, which is now Wednesday, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm done. Cleared this, I'm finished. I was working with a gal that I do energy work with. And as she was working with me, all of a sudden behind her, I see 3 beings. And I said, Kim, do you see those 3 beings behind you? And she said, yeah. She says, I've never seen them before. I said, I've not seen them either. The 2 on the outside seemed pretty benign. The one in the middle was larger, cloaked in black, and angry. And it was saying things like, you stupid girl. You don't know what you've done. You don't know what the ramifications of this are. And Archangel Michael was with us in the room. So I wasn't feeling afraid, but boy, that one being was just demanding my attention and really unhappy with me. And Kim said, you're supposed to heal it. This is something that was released over the last couple of days, and you're supposed to heal it. I said, I have no idea how to heal this. And she said, well, just bring in divine light. Then in comes Divine Mother, which of course is, divine light personified. As Divine Mother goes to this being, it like turned to white smoke and just like went away. So that being had received the healing that it needed. The other two angels or the beings that had come in with it, looked at each other like, I don't know what we're doing here now because it's gone. So they disappeared. One thing we had seen was that being in the middle had shackles around its legs, and it had been enslaved to the energy it had been holding on to. So I really sat and I thought with that, and I thought, okay, what energy would have come down my father's line that this being was enslaved in? And I heard the phrase that I had heard several times, and really not from anybody's mouth, right? This was all coming in to me on the ancestral line. And the phrase was, your best is none too good. And I know that my father's life was ruled by that belief. My brothers, my sister, my own, apparently my grandfather's. And I saw that was the belief, came in down my ancestors' line on my father's side, that needed to be cleared out. So I was shown how to clear it out, and I did clear it out. And at that point, I realized every ancestor in my father's line and every ancestor in my mother's line were now either neutral or in support of me and the work that I was doing. And that's the first time that I had ever really felt that support, that neutral and support. And then the question came to me, okay, so now there's nothing holding me back. So now what? If there's nothing holding me back, I think that means the sky's the limit and everything's up to me to create and co-create it now, because there's no ties. So I shared those experiences with Deb and Teri, and I said, I think there's a need to hear from the other folks that have done this and see if they had any kind of follow-up experiences. And I would love to hear that. I know that for some of you, there were some pretty profound things that happened over the sessions. So we just wanted to hear from you and really get an idea of, how did this impact you? Was there anything that surprised you even afterwards? So that's why we're here. So Teri, thank you for allowing me that long introduction.
Ruth, thank you so much for sharing of your experience. And wow, how profound. I have done this myself many times. I've led it many times. And every time that I've done it, I have connected very strongly with my ancestry and done more clearing each time, because I change. So the clearing that's happening is inside of me. And this time, I think the most profound that I had during this week was when we did it in Spanish, which was on Friday. Lily Ortega helped to bring that process forward for the Spanish-speaking people. And I was following along. I do not speak Spanish, but I knew the script. I knew how it went. And I really connected in with my Native American heritage again on that one. And I saw so much energy that still needed to be healed, that the inequality, especially, and the persecution. So I am so glad that we did this for the 7 days. It was very profound. It was very helpful for me personally. And it helped me as far as providing a service and doing what I can to raise the vibration on the planet. And yes, I would love to hear from anyone that would like to share your experience here tonight. And don't be shy. That's why we're here, is for you to share, and we'll do a little debriefing after the sharing. Susan, I see you raising your hand.
Hi. Yes, I'm sorry I'm using a cell phone because I didn't know we were going to go live on Zoom, but I've used Zoom before, so I feel comfortable with that. So I wanted to ask, did you really pull stuff out of my throat, or was Ruth? I think you said you did.
It's symbolic,
Oh,
right?
okay.
So it's symbolic. It's a metaphor for sometimes it's foreign energy, sometimes it's our own perceptions that we're literally strangling ourselves, making it impossible for us to get a deep breath. Sometimes it's just our anxiety. And so when that's the case, we kind of have to sit back and go, okay, what is this? What is this? So, and Carol had experienced the same thing as well. So, yeah, it's not uncommon, Susan.
Mine's been a long-term thing. My cough has been a long-term thing, and I've been trying like crazy to figure out how to clear it up. And I've done several things like spraying down my home. I had somebody come into my home, and there was a very high count in my home, but I just thought for a long time that it might be clearing up stuff energetically, and so this is not the first thing I've tried.
Yeah. So was this afternoon any different after this, or was it the same breathing issue that you've
It
had?
felt better, but it was hard to believe. I'm like, wow, is this really gone? I'm going to have angel healing on Tuesday. So I'm really excited about that. But I didn't feel like I was ready for that until just the other day when I started learning about this. I felt like I had to learn about the angels before I went.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome.
How many days did you do this process?
I did too. And the funny thing is that I found you on Callista's page, but I had liked Callista's page a couple of years ago, but I never watched anything until just the other day. I saw 2 videos. She was so excited about her unicorns and angels. I'm like, you know what? I really don't want to listen to any bad news. And so I watched it, and I watched another video, and then I found a post saying that I think she's going to be on here. And then all of a sudden it's like, I'd heard ancestral healing before when I did tapping, EFT tapping, because I also do that too. And so when I heard it, I kept hearing that ancestral healing before I found you guys. And then I found you guys. Yep.
That's very cool.
That's how everything works, just like that.
It is just like that. We work with Archangel Michael a lot, and he seems to be really good at whispering in people's ears what it is that's going to be coming up next, or somebody's name to connect with. So that's very exciting. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Susan. We really appreciate your input, and so glad that you have had a good afternoon after the experience today.
Yes, I did feel very sad because our community has a really low level of COVID activity. And then everybody started doing these protests. So I was happy about my throat clearing up, but I was also sad because either people are going to get sick or they're not going to get sick, but it's the unknown, and it's all around me. I have only left my house to go to my naturopathic doctor once a week.
Right.
So it scares me. Yeah.
Yeah, just put out a positive intention and
Okay.
keep putting that energy forward. Okay.
Yep. Thank you.
Well,
I
and
appreciate it.
not only that, but for Susan and for Carol, assuming that serpent healing was for both of you, what I saw after the serpents were pulled out, Teri had brought in beautiful golden white light at one point. And what I saw with those, the serpents were being removed, that gold light was absolutely emanating from your body. So going out in every single direction, up, down, backwards, throughout, etc. So surround yourself, bring that same gold divine light and see it everywhere surrounding you, and see if that doesn't help you feel a little calmer about whatever germs. Just blow all of that through with divine light.
Thank you.
Thank you, Susan. Who would like to share next? You can unmute yourself.
I was going to say too, it's okay to start believing that you're healed. It's okay to take that in, because otherwise, you know, when you're so used to something being wrong, you just keep expecting it. And it's okay now to switch your perception and say, that's healed. I can now expect well-being. I don't have to worry about that anymore. I can let go of it. So that's kind of like the other half of it, is letting go of all of those things, because I've dealt with a lot of those things too in the past, and expecting well-being is different than expecting, oh, when's it going to happen again? When's this going to happen again? So it's a nice switch in perception that really helps the healing really take it in and let it manifest as that. But I wanted to say, you know, I've had I said today that during my dad's going down the father line, had this incredible going back to some kind of prehistoric time and seeing either I don't know if it was a dinosaur or a dragon. I assumed it was a dragon because there was red flames coming out everywhere. There was red fire, and it was just really amazing as you kept doing the healing work and removing it, that all the light just kind of dissipated all of this red flames. And I don't know what the red flames were standing for or what the metaphor was for that. And it didn't matter to me. It was just like, whatever it was, it's gone. And that just felt really good. And I've done this several times too in the past. And it is amazing what you start to see, because a lot of this is part of our belief system, that there's things hanging on there that are creating all of this anxiety or health problems or whatever inside of us, and wanting to rid yourself of that. It was just very powerful. I believe I had another experience too at the beginning of the weekend, and I'm not recalling it at the moment, but it just felt really good. I felt really good afterwards, and I felt light, and I felt like everything was just handed back to the light. Whatever I thought was not light was handed back to the light to transmute it. So it was just an amazing feeling and experience.
Thank you, Deb. Thank you. That was beautiful. And I appreciate you with your input. And I was reminded of something that is in the process, which is where the ultraviolet angels place a flame around the Earth Star chakra. And this is to protect us from any of the lower vibration energy coming up into our energy field. So anytime that you start to go into that fear and start to project any worry or any disease or illness energy, just remember you can go back to that Earth Star chakra, and that ultraviolet flame is there, and just ask to see it, ask for it to intensify as those angels are holding that protection for you. Okay, Gabby, I think you are unmuted, my dear.
I am. Hello, everyone. I participated 3 times. The first time, I think for me, was a bit of a meet and greet, maybe, like now that I look back on it, because I had no experience doing this before, and I'd never really thought about it before either. So I think that was a bit of a meet and greet for me. And then the second time, I dealt with my father's side, and I'm from farmers, so there wasn't a lot there. I think from all the men on that side, there is an expectation to have a certain front and be the strong person in the family, physically and emotionally. And I think that impacts on me because I've been a single mother and had to work and things like that, and felt that role as well. And I think we all healed from that. But then the biggest one was the last one, on my mother's side, where I had I had knowledge of it all my life. Now I realise, but it really came forward for me, and there was so much in the female side. There was so much hurt and sadness and oppression and servitude, and just like it was really awful. But I felt them fill with light, and the ones that wanted to stay are still here, and they're like a support network now. Like I really feel them as a support network. And although I haven't had much sleep in the last 48 hours, I feel very peaceful, and I feel my head feels a bit lightheaded, and I feel like I need to sort of just today and let everybody find their place again, kind of thing. Yeah, but as I said at the start, I'd never experienced anything like this, and it's so true that you're brought to the things that you need. And it really has had a massive impact on me, and I feel my the things that I've been carrying for the rest of them, the agreements and vows and things like that, I feel like I'm free of them. Yeah, so wonderful. Thank you, ladies, all of you.
Very cool.
Beautiful. Thank you for that testimony. And I believe you are free of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main part, isn't it? Is the belief, holding that trust.
Absolutely. And some of them weren't very nice people, you know, and I don't think they did very nice things. And yeah, it's good now.
Right. But you don't have to carry any of that. That's the beauty of doing this clearing. You know, we don't have to carry that energy, and we're not. We have decided we're not carrying that energy.
Absolutely. And isn't it funny how it makes you understand why you've been like you have been, and why you've put up with the stuff that you've put up with, and that you don't have to, because it's not your stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
This is not mine. Yeah.
Not mine. Can have that one back. Thank you.
That's right. Well, thank you for all of that insight. And I'm so glad that you had that experience with us.
I did. Thank you.
Okay.
Love you all.
Love you, honey. Who would like to go next? Carol.
I wasn't sure what to expect. I mean, I liked the idea of what we were hoping to accomplish, the 7-generational, especially since I hadn't met anybody really on my father's side at all in life. So I was hoping to maybe connect. And that very first day had a very profound connection with my actual father. And that was very emotional and very profound, you know, feeling and seeing him. I ended up doing 5 of the 7 days, and each one was very different. That first one was very strong. And then yesterday and today also very emotional, very strong, a lot of releasing of emotions, tears, energy, everything. And I know there's from hearing, talking to different relatives, that there was a lot of issues in particularly my father's line: alcoholism, abuse, a lot of violence. And I was hoping to, if I could be part of clearing that, then why wouldn't I want to? Especially if it can help my daughters, my grandchildren, the future children yet to be born. And that was kind of my reasoning to even be part of this, was to try to, I guess, prevent even further damage or trauma to future generations even. And I feel like a lot of the energy in both lines did shift. It feels lighter. And it was amazing today when I was back again on my father's line. My grandmother hugged me. And that was neat too. That was like, it felt like she was saying thank you. So I thank all of you, especially you, Teri, for this opportunity to participate in this. It was amazing, and I'd like to do it more. I think there's more to be done, but I think a lot already has been healed and will continue to heal.
Absolutely, Carol. We are a work in progress. So the more we can go in and do that inner work, the more we're going to clear out. I'm so happy to hear you had that experience where your grandmother hugged you, because I know it was a very intense physical experience for you during today's, when we did it this morning.
Yeah, that part where I felt like I was being strangled was very intense, and that was on my mother's side that I was experiencing that. Somewhere around the 6th step back, so it was pretty far back. I'm still not exactly sure what happened, unless, like Ruth said, it was like, the serpent or whatever that representative. Perhaps she didn't have a voice, couldn't speak. I have no idea, but it was extremely strong.
Well, I'm so glad that you had that release and got the love on your mother's side. So, and it put a smile on your face. So I always like seeing that. And yeah, we are working on doing something with this 7-generation clearing. So we'll be putting more information out about that. But yeah, I don't think it's the last you're going to hear of it, for sure.
Thank you.
I want to make an observation, because every time that I see Carol, she's getting younger looking. And so I know that there's a lot of releasing and clearing that's going on, because it is lifting your countenance. It's kind of fascinating to watch, really.
I feel better.
Absolutely. Well, it shows.
Gabby wanted to say something.
May I just quickly make a little observation that just popped into my head? Because you say, Teri, that the work that we are doing on ourselves is helping the collective. And my thought just then was, we have been facing the wrongs and the injustices in our own pasts and our own little worlds, so to speak, and facing them and being forgiven for them and sending them love and things like that. And I kind of feel like that's what's going on with the bigger collective at the moment. The waves we're going through, we are facing things that we need to forgive and heal and clear. And I get it that now. I get it. I get it. That was all I wanted to say. So thank you.
And that was a wonderful observation. And thank you for opening that up, because indeed, that is what's happening. We are purging all of those things that were creating inequality. And we're wanting more of that peace and seeing each other as we truly are, not as the separateness, but as the oneness of us all. And this, what we did, it's making an impact, and it's bringing the frequency of the planet up so that more of us can shine that light brighter and create an effect in the planet. So thank you. I love that.
My heart space just went boom.
Yeah. Anyone else want to respond to that that statement, that observation that Gabby made? Deb?
I know. I think you're right. Is all the things that we see outside of us are from inside of us, and the more that we do these clearings of being more harmonious in our own self and our diverse self, we're going to see much more harmony on the outside within all the diversity in the world. But it takes clearing all of the beliefs and the things that have come forward with us that we don't even know are there. So when we do these clearings, they're coming up. And another thought I had is, we're women on this panel right now. I don't know who else has been following all along, but I thought, what an amazing feat for the divine feminine too, because when we're talking about not being able to speak, not having a voice, and having something around, or a serpent around your throat. I mean, women have dealt with that from the beginning of time. And so we are clearing things that, and we're doing it with love. That's what's so amazing. We're not doing it with force. We're doing it with love, of releasing all of these things that we've all as a female, have brought forward with us from our mothers and grandmothers and great grandmothers and so on, that needed to be cleared. We taken the serpent out of all the divine feminine's voice.
I love that, and thank you. That's profound. Yes, that's what we are doing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have to keep muting myself, and I apologize. There is a birthday party going on outside, so you may hear a little squeal or scream every once in a while. Catherine, did you want to add anything today? There you go.
Just that I believe in angels. That's all for now.
I know you had some profound experiences with this week also, and just wanted to check on you and make sure that you're doing okay, emotionally, physically, all of the ways that we can be affected when we do energy work, and especially this deep energy clearing.
I've been crying a lot more, I feel. And I've been very emotional lately, and I'm very grateful for this opportunity. And I wanted to thank y'all. I'm so grateful.
Well, we're so grateful for you, and thank you. I think you've been at almost every one of these from the beginning, and I appreciate your support, and that you did this for you, that you came in to do this clearing, and I see that it's going to make a difference in your life. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
be gentle with you and let that processing happen. Just let
Okay.
it seep into your energy field.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, honey. And I know we had some comments from those that are watching. Um, I saw a comment from Kim Chemistry, and she says it was very profound because I have so much ancestral bloodlines to clear of bondage and persecution. It was amazing and much needed. She says, I have a shadow that wants to protect me from using my voice and hinder success. But with this clearing, it helps remove the obstacles. I still need to do 4 days. I did the last 3 days, and I'll go to YouTube for the other days. And that's the thing I wanted to bring up also is for anyone, it's on YouTube. You can go to Enlightened World on YouTube. They have a channel there, and there has been a playlist that's been created for the 7-generation healings. So you can go follow all of them. You can do, whatever your soul urges you to do, to go in and do this clearing. I think we had some more. I might have missed some of them.
So Teri, it's Enlightened World Network on YouTube, and go to playlists, and then you can find this playlist.
Okay. On Friday, Lily Ortega helped us out. She did this in Spanish for anyone who doesn't understand it that well as we're speaking it in English. And Lily says, I am so grateful for this whole experience. I had experienced ancestral healing at each session. It has been so powerful, the reflection afterward. My maternal grandfather was born in Spain and my paternal grandparents in Mexico. I feel both sides and unity at the same time. Time to integrate both. Thank you, Enlightened World Network, Ruth and Teri, for this opportunity of awakening and awareness. It is so beautiful. And it really is. And I love your words, Lily, and integrating, because that's really what we have done with this process. We've integrated and we've asked that those bloodlines on both sides be covered in the 5D energy. And our wonderful angels that come in and help us to do this process are always there. They're always accessible. So anytime you want to go into your meditation and just ask to connect to those grids, they're available to you. The angels are available to answer questions and to bring some clarity into what's going on. So I just want to take a moment and see if there's anyone that still feels like you've got some lingering, maybe physical things that happen during the process. If we can send some healing to you, we can do that right now. If it's emotional that's still churning in there, that's very normal when you do energy work. And so you can just be easy with yourself, focus on your breath, take the breath down deep inside, and do slow breaths and then release it out slowly. And that will help everything calm down inside of you. But some of the things that are normal after you've done energy work, and especially this profound and this intense, are headaches. So there may be some of that come up for you, some headaches or some tingling, some motion in the third eye area as you have gone in and looked at this energy and connected with your ancestors. You may still hear messages from those ancestors. You may get some messages of gratitude as they come to you and want to express what it feels like now to be in that 5D energy. There's also a lot of solar plexus energy was moved during this process. So you can say some mantras that will help if that's the case. If you've got some energy things going on with the solar plexus, the stomach area, you can just say into that area, I am worthy. I deserve to have a wonderful life, free of any bondage, free of any conflict, and full of peace. So you can say the mantras that are going to empower you And the best way to do that is to breathe deeply in and then say the mantras into those areas, wherever it is that you're feeling it. Some people may be feeling it in your heart. Anybody feel that heart still a little tender from where you connected in with that energy? And yeah, there was a lot that happened there, wasn't it? A lot of emotions that were released, a lot of, as we felt into some of the energy that was low vibration, that was sad. And so, we can acknowledge those emotions. We can say thank you to those emotions. Thank you that I experienced that. And thank you that I worked through this process so that I don't have to feel sad. I can feel compassion without taking on the energy now of what was there, because it's no longer there. The energy has been cleared. So it's my prayer and my desire that we all go forth from this experience lighter in our energy, and definitely shining that light out brightly into the universe, to everyone that we see, everyone that comes into contact with us. We make a difference. I used to ask, what does it matter what I do? I'm just one person. But I quickly found out that each one of us sends a vibration out from our energy field, and it adds to the collective consciousness of the planet. So if we're vibrating at a high frequency, that lifts the vibration up. But if we stay in the low frequency, we're adding to the problem instead of adding to the solution of bringing forth peace and joy and happiness on earth.
So,
I'm very
Teri,
honored to do this. And Ruth, go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
I was going to ask, would you take us through just a few minute final clearing? I know Susan had raised her hand, so I want to make sure that we get to that. And then I've got something else to talk about after that, if that's all right.
Sure.
Okay.
Susan?
Yeah, I feel pretty anxious. I've been drinking water all day, a lot, every day, and the reason why I put my picture up was because I had to run to the bathroom, and I feel like there's stuff going. I feel very anxious right now because of the things I saw here, and they're real. And I did some other meditations before. I do a sacred space meditation once or twice a week. So that I know that I'm used to doing that with a certain group of people, a certain person. So I'm like going right into trust, like full force. You know what I mean?
Okay. So let's call in our angels. I'm really feeling led to do that right now. So if you would just take a deep breath in, and I hope you all can still hear me. I'm going to put my mic down. I have a very loud AC vent, and sometimes it muffles what I'm saying, but I'll get closer to the microphone. So if you place your hand on your high heart area, that's going to bring your focus right there into your heart. And I want you just to start doing a deep breath. Just take a deep breath in slowly and fill your lungs completely. When you do that, when you fill up your lungs, your diaphragm pushes the belly out a little bit, so you know that you're completely filled that lung cavity. And then release it out slowly. And we're going to do a few of these. So on the next breath in, just add in the energy of gratitude. Find something in your life that you can be very grateful for, and you can hold that image in your eye. This may be a person, an animal, nature, whatever that might be. Just hold that energy as you keep breathing in slowly and deeply, and then releasing it back out. Now, as you continue to do some deep breaths, I'm going to call in first Archangel Michael, because we want to make this right here in this now moment a very sacred, safe place. So Michael, we call on you to really surround each of us right now, to place your energy and your wings around each one, that we might feel you more fully. Just take a moment as you breathe in and feel any shift that happens as Michael comes forth to maybe even touch you on the shoulder as he comes to you. See if you feel any movement when he comes nearby. And I also want to call in Archangel Gabriel. Gabriel is the angel that helps us with clarity and with understanding. It's important for us to understand what's going on when these emotions come up, when the physical symptoms come up as well, and see what that is pertaining to. So with Michael protecting, Gabriel will help you to understand if there's any feelings of anxiety, of fear, of low vibration. Just go to where that's at in your body and bring your breath right to that place where you're feeling it. Now let's ask Raphael to come in. If you've identified some place inside of your physical body, just ask Raphael right now to touch that, to do a complete release and healing of that energy that's sitting there. It may feel like a heaviness. It may feel like just a dense area that's not flowing as smoothly and as brightly as the other chakras. Asking Raphael right now to do healing on everyone that's feeling that energy. And I'm also sending forth to each of you some Reiki healing. Now take another deep breath in and let's ask Archangel Uriel to join in to help us now to ground into Mother Earth. Starting with our heart center, see a light going from the heart all the way down your body, down the torso, out the bottom of your feet, and traveling down to the core of Mother Earth. Right in that center, there's a crystalline core. So go in there and just connect with any gemstone that calls to you. As this is happening, I feel clearing right now already just by doing this. But find the gemstone you connect with. It may be a protective stone. Some of the darker stones like tourmaline, hematite. I'm feeling somebody pulling energy from a clear quartz. I see another that has gravitated to a beautiful pink heart quartz. And then there's some angel light for more connection to the angels. A lot of tourmaline energy, so there's a lot of protection being sought as you do your work. And there's a beautiful amethyst that somebody has identified. So pull the energy of these stones. They're a very healing energy, and ask that you can take that energy up with you, up through the bottom of your feet, through your root chakra, and let the root feel that energy as a stabilizing force to center and balance you, clearing anything that's low vibration, any of the fear, any of the insecurity, any wobbliness in your physical body, your emotional body. Just balance that out with the energy of the stone that you're holding. And then watch it travel up to your sacral, going into the solar plexus, helping to remind you that you are worthy, that life should be enjoyed. And the more joy you can bring in with this energy, the more the fear and the doubts and the insecurities are going to fade away because they can't reside in the same room as love. And let's pull that energy now up to the heart and anchor it in there. Energy of protection, the energy of love. And I'm feeling the need to pull it up to the throat chakra. So whatever your stone was, envision that it's sitting right there in front of your throat. And let it do its healing work. Let it clear away anything that's a barrier for you to express yourself. That expression may be words, it may be tears, it may be emotions that just keep coming up. And that's okay. Be gentle. Let those emotions flow from you. If you feel the need to yawn, to burp, to cry, whatever it is, that's energy moving. It's moving up and out of your body. So just allow that to happen. And now let's ask for energy from Source, from God, to flow down to us through our crown chakra, our third eye, and flow down past the throat and into the heart, anchoring that love and that unconditional acceptance of us. And I'm hearing for us all to really go into an acceptance of ourselves, to just really say, I love you to yourself and mean that. You are a child of the universe. You deserve love. And the more love you pull in, the more love you have to give out. Let's give love. Let's make every moment that we're alive here on this planet mean something. Let's put out a positive energy and show others that they matter. Let's give some gratitude right now. Thank you to the angels that surrounded us. Thank you, God, for being there. Anytime that we just open up and ask, you bless us with your presence. I feel Divine Mother right now really wrapping us all up to end the end of the meditation. She's just really holding us like a baby. And I'm asked now to have you do another scan just to see if any of that energy that was dense before, anything that felt heavy, see if there was a shift in the energy. See if anything changed inside by connecting. And take a deep breath in and just give yourself some love. Just say, I love you. You are so worthy of love. I'm so grateful for each one of you, everyone who participated in this, everyone who's gathered here right now. You are beautiful, and you are so loved by the divine. Hold that energy in your heart. And I'd just love to hear if anyone did release anything during that short time of connecting and bringing in our beautiful spirit helpers.
Well, I certainly could see Divine Mother. Absolutely. Her energy was so strong. And I saw everybody being enveloped, everyone who has taken this class with us, as one community. And I did see so much protection and love and a lot of that same gold flowing energy. So I saw that.
Beautiful. Well, I know I feel better after that meditation. It's always powerful when you connect in with the angels, with God. It just brings a peace inside. And that's what I'm feeling right now. It's very peaceful. Yeah. Any other comments before Ruth takes us to the end? Well, thank you all. Thank you for participating and for being a blessing in my life. I'm really honored to have gotten to know many of you that have been with us every day. And I see you on other shows, and it's always a delight to see you. So thank you. And Dr. Ruth Anderson.
I just have one last question for the folks that are on with us, either in the Zoom room or in Facebook. As a result of going through this process for the last week, I would love to know if any of you know what next steps for you are. Did this open up any new doors? Did this give you any new perspective? Any impact on where you go from here? Gabby?
You know, that over the last week has been a very big question I've been asking myself. And although I don't have the answer right now, I feel like if I spend time with myself and be quiet and just listen over the next even few hours or days, I will get a bit more of an answer.
Excellent. Thank you. Deb?
Oh, I think I just have more clarity about myself and my being more stronger and knowing what I'm here and what I'm meant to do. So it's just more clarity in grounding into that strength of what my purpose is.
Great, thank you. I know for me personally, part of the experience was looking forward to the generations and the descendants in front of us. And I did see that impact coming out in the future. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that rolls out. But as far as next steps for me, I do feel emboldened to know that I'm standing in my full strength. Nobody's holding me back. No cords are attached. I am completely in my strength and my ability to co-create with the divine. And so I'm ready to go.
Mm-hmm. And I'm right there with you, Ruth. I feel very empowered after leading this for 7 days and experiencing the energy of it. I feel a lot of creativity has opened up. Mm-hmm. And I think once we lose and clear out the low vibration, that's what happens. We make room for what can be. What are the possibilities? Yeah, and what's out there that we can still do to contribute to the whole frequency of the planet? What can we do? And I think that's the important way to state it, because we can all join together and raise our vibration, raise our frequency. And yes, that does add an impact, but what can we do? And I think that's where many of us on the planet right now are asking that same question. What can I do? So it's a call to action. Absolutely.
It is a call to action. And we felt that this morning very strongly in our silent meditation, that Enlightened World Network is being called to come forward and see how can we be more involved in our communities? How can we be more involved with enlightened giving? So looking forward to seeing how that pans out. But our time is over. Teri, just have to thank you so much for bringing forward these sessions all week, for providing us this opportunity to debrief with each other in this safe place to come together. So thank you, my dear. You are just an amazing gift that just keeps giving.
Thank you, Ruth. I appreciate your words. And we had Rosalind come in. I just wanted to say hello to her. And you did come in at the end. We're just ending the broadcast, but thank you for coming in with us and lending your energy. And we're just going to end this and say blessings to everyone, and keep shining your light out as brightly as you can shine it. And the more of that inner work that you do to release the low vibration, you're going to see it shining more and more and making a difference. That's where we're at right now. It's making a difference in the world. Bye, everybody.
Love you all.
Yeah.